Starting here. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Got it.
Welcome to Let's Be Social. This is the first podcast and presentation of 2023, located in London, Ontario. My name is Bea, and I have a guest on here today. Her name is Laura Gagnon, and she is a singer-songwriter. So we're going to bring the forum over to her and have her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her.
Sure. Hello, I am Laura. It's great to be see everybody out here and to be back into the music scene again. I am a pop R&B artist, and I grew up in Strathroy, Ontario, and that's kind of where my music journey began. So that's kind of it's kind of cool. I grew up in a musical family with both my mom and my dad, and there were guitars and pianos everywhere. So I couldn't escape it. But so far it's been a pretty good journey.
Do you have any siblings that are into music as
Yeah.
well?
Oh, no. They didn't follow that path. I
Okay.
mean, they can play. Yeah, I have two older brothers. One can play drums, the other one knows how to play bass. So, but they didn't really take to it like I did. Yeah.
And what kind of inspires you to write music and kind of get yourself out there?
Um, so there it could be some things like when I'm watching a movie or something and a line sparks inspiration. Relationships, of course, spark inspiration, good or bad, which I find are the most relatable ones these days.
Mhm.
I mean, Taylor Swift made a whole career off of it, and so did Adele.
Yeah, true.
And and even some books as well. Yeah, life experiences, being on the road, touring on the road as well. So I had this one song that I wrote called Shady Lane Road, and one of the road signs inspired that song, just because the name of Shady Lane Road. And I wrote it on a grand piano in a green room. I think we were in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of, yeah, so that's kind of cool. I've had some pretty fun experiences in the last, how old am I? In the last like 10 years. I've been pretty lucky to experience some really cool things.
So have you been doing some touring and stuff locally or anything like that?
So I've been playing a lot around Tilsonburg, Port. I played for about a month in Port Dover. Um, Played in Port Stanley and went off out to Sarnia, Windsor, Ottawa. I've been traveling and touring around quite a bit in the last year. Actually, coming out of the pandemic, I was very lucky to get a lot of jobs and gigs and whatnot. I'm also playing at all the Kelsey's restaurants as well. So I am part of a roster of other talented musicians that get to play at Kelsey's. And there's a pile of them. So they
Mhm.
have one in Tilsonburg, Woodstock, South London, and North London. They
Oh,
hired musicians.
very good.
Yeah.
And what sort of advice would you give to people out there that are just kind of starting out? Because I know you've been kind of doing it, you said, for about the last 10 years or so. And just kind of wondering if you have any advice
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah. No matter how hard it gets, just don't give up. Um, Music is kind of like a roller coaster. And but with all the downs, there's like double ups, if you would call it that. Um, so it's yeah, just you just gotta keep going and keep persevering, because you never know who you are going to help along the way. even when you are feeling a little bit lost and you're writing about feeling lost, then somebody else will hear that and then they'll feel like, oh wow, okay, she's feeling like I'm feeling. I actually feel a lot better. So no matter what, just keep writing about your experiences, no matter how fun, awkward, weird, hurtful they may be, because somebody's always out there to want to relate to you so that they'll feel a little just a little bit better.
Very good. Um, what is what is the best way for someone starting out to get themselves out there, to get themselves in front of people? Is it online? Is that the best way nowadays?
I think I come from the old school, right? So, what I did was I have a pile of open mics, as many as I could,
Mhm.
and play for as many people as I could. And I had some songs that would just totally bomb, and some songs that would totally, touch people, as well. Or performing online as well. I mean, that has a big reach too. I'm sure you performed online here and there as well. Have you?
Not really. I
Not
do,
really.
I've done like 2 videos here and there, but I'm not a serious singing artist. I'm more, my passion is painting. So yeah.
Yeah, you paint. Do you paint online though? Like,
Oh no, I don't paint online. I paint by myself.
oh, that would have been kind of cool. Watch somebody, paint something, online, like real time. Oh, that'd be kind of neat to watch
My
to
challenge
see how
to get myself out there a little bit more and network and stuff. So uh,
nice.
yeah, yeah, it's
I
always.
tried.
What's that?
I tried to paint.
Did you?
My Yeah, I tried to paint. I decided one day, you know what, I'm gonna try painting. So I bought all the stuff and I brought a blanket with me. I went out to the beach and I set up a tiny little easel. And I just put all my little paints everywhere. And I bought these like plastic plates. So I put the colors on these plastic plates, mixed them together, and I tried to paint something. And I painted the beach landscape. Not too bad. I have painting in my family. My uncle, he's a painter. He's a national treasure,
Oh,
which
wow.
is kind of cool. He used to, yeah, draw all like the medical body parts for the medical journal way back in the day, and that was like his thing. And then he went to do cartoons,
Oh,
and
wow.
so a lot of his cartoons were kept. Yeah, it was really quite cool. So I've got it in me somewhere,
Well, and
but
I think
music chose instead.
I think that when you're creative like that, I think it's all in all outlets, right? In some manner and degree.
Yeah,
Like I'm not musical, really. I don't play any instruments or anything, but you know, I like to sing for fun and it's a good hobby and but
yeah,
I feel like everyone kind of has that, they're good at songwriting, they're good at singing, they're good at playing instruments and usually they're pretty good at art too. It just kind of like goes with everything, all encompassing, or at least in the family in some regard, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that for sure. But yeah, my mom, she can paint as well, but she doesn't do it. She doesn't really do it. She's more of a musician. So it runs in my family, my dad's side and my mom's side.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. My whole family we're all artists in some way.
Yeah. So are you inspired by your own family then? Do you think that that's kind of what lit the fire underneath you?
Yeah. It's funny. I was just chatting with my mom a couple days ago, and I said to her, would I still be into music if I was surrounded by it growing up? So
Hmm.
I thought about it, and every fiber of my being tells me that this is the path and journey I am meant to be on, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm going with instinct.
Oh. And where do you see yourself going, like in the next year and in the next 5 years? Where do you hope to be?
Oh, I'm touring. I'm touring everywhere. That's my kind of my plan. And I'm working towards that. I have some like really cool things coming up that I can't talk about yet. Um, I am well on the way to be doing everything that I've kind of planned when it comes to touring, like to like throughout the states.
Wow, good for you.
And yeah, I'm hoping maybe one day I'll get like a mobile trailer, live in this mobile trailer and just like tour around the countryside. I would really love to do a I want to call it Riding Erie Shores tour. And it's playing all of the little port towns from like Windsor all the way up to Niagara Falls. And I've already routed it. I've already routed it. So I'm just kind of I don't know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? Nothing. I just gotta do it. I'm just so busy. I guess I just forgot. But like, I really want to do that, you know?
Yeah. So do you put all your music together yourself, or do you have people that do that for you? Do you kind of mix your own stuff and record your own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really my writing process and with releasing music and putting it all together, I have a home studio. As you can see behind me, some of my panels fell down, so I gotta put them back up. But I have, yeah, my so it's like a father-daughter project. My dad and I built this studio together. And so basically I come in here, I take my book. So I'm still a paper and pencil girl.
Yeah.
Create your own idea, right? So I have a pile of these books. So I sit here, I just start like writing it all down, and I always make sure it's in like a story, a chronological story, you know. And then I go to my computer, my beautiful rose gold Mac,
Nice.
and then I get on my keyboard, which I got over here, a beautiful white keyboard. What do I got? A Korg. Anyways, for those who are gear nerds, a Korg SV2,
Yeah.
and it's white and it's beautiful. It's inner speakers as well. So, anyways, I end up just like playing a nice, beautiful chord progression, and I record it on my Mac, and then I write the lyrics to it, and then I end up hearing the whole song in my head. So then I end up just putting bass to. Well, I don't play bass. I get like a bass loop, and I put the bass loop under it, and then I put the drum loop under it because I don't play drums well enough to record.
Mhm.
And then I'll play some nice string patterns under it if I want, and then I'll add harmonies to it because I'm a big, big harmony person and I love harmonies. So just feel really good. And so yeah, I put it all together as a demo, and then I take it to a studio I feel would record it best. So I don't just stick with one studio, but I do stick with one mastering master to make sure the product all sounds the same and cohesive when I put the actual album, all my songs together. So
Wonderful.
that's kind of my, yeah, when it comes to recording and writing songs.
Well, that's great. Um,
Yeah.
where can people find your music? Or do you have your music uploaded anywhere that people can listen?
Oh yeah. You can pretty much type Laura Gagnon music into Google and I'll just you can find a pile of me everywhere, which includes like Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, whatever that is. But I'm on it. Deezer, and then you've got SoundCloud. I'm on Instagram, of course, Facebook.
Yeah.
And I tried Twitch. I was going to go do Twitch. I was going to go online and do that sort of journey. But I live on a farm and the internet it kind of sucks. So I had to kind of figure out, all right, what else can I do here?
Yeah.
Um yeah. So it's that's where you can find all my music. I kind of forgot we were talking about there for a second. I went off somewhere.
Oh, that's
But yeah, that's where you can find all my music. So that's kind of, yeah.
wonderful. And What are some of the biggest challenges that you've found as a musician? Is there anything other than being out in the country and your internet isn't the greatest? Is there any like challenges that you've had? Like,
Um, Getting my music out to the right people.
yeah,
In the past, I've had no problems doing that just because I didn't know where or how,
yeah,
right? But I've now since learned to release music through DistroKid, which is free. So that was a huge help, but not just releasing it and then that's it, right? Because there's campaigns involved now. So that's from leading up to the actual distributing of your music and having your plan and putting together your lyric videos and content and teasers and making sure every week there's something different, something different, something different, every day even something different. And perhaps doing some sort of competition, win this and or listen to this and win this or tag a friend and that whole thing, just to give your song momentum. But then but then I learned that you don't just stop once it's released, right? Once it's released, you got to keep the momentum going. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall short. They just stop. Oh, it's released. I don't have to do anything anymore. Not really true. At
no,
least 4 weeks after, you keep the lyric videos going and you talk about now that it's released, right? So I did that with one of my songs called In Our Hearts, I released last year for Remembrance Day. So leading up to the release of it, I did that's exactly what I did. I made a pile of lyric videos. I actually did a whole photo shoot on relating to the song, and we took pictures of an actor because I couldn't get real army guys. They wouldn't do it. I was like, oh, tear. Because it would have made it so much more, would have made it more real. But so I had two friends of mine, and one of them dressed up in an army suit, and then I had a girlfriend of mine, and they acted as a couple. So we took pictures of basically her and him leaving. So she looked like she was sad, and him leaving off to war, maybe never to return again, to add to the emotion of the song. So we did a pile of pictures like that, and I released them every day. And it was a different lyric with the picture to help develop the story, of the song. So when it came time for Remembrance Day, I actually sang the song live on Remembrance Day, at Veterans Park in London, Veterans Memorial Park right there. So I sang it live. It was awesome. People loved it. They cried. And they asked me, well, where can I get it? I'm like, well, guess what? You can get it on Spotify. Because I did it right this time.
okay.
So yeah, getting a ton of views, as well as we did a Q&A of the song. And I brought everybody who was a part of the project in on it. You can find it on YouTube, actually. The whole Q&A is on there. And I brought in two veterans as well. And some of their stories were amazing. I was like, what? You were where? And they were doing what? That's crazy. They were firing at you and you were ducking and you were hiding while this guy was just walking by you. So nuts.
Yeah, crazy. Well,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm definitely following you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's very exciting to kind of see your momentum and I see the excitement growing and I see that you're doing a lot of things and um I know you're going to be eventually really famous. You're going to be out there. You're already out there now. So you're doing so well and I think your music is beautiful and amazing. And if anyone's listening and wants to check her out, look her up on YouTube, as she said, Spotify, all the platforms, and keep following her because this is going to be exciting. I know that for a fact because you're just so talented. You just,
Thank you. 2023 is going to be an insane year.
I can tell. I can tell you're really blossoming. It's almost
Thank
like watching like a flower grow into,
Oh,
you know?
thank you. That's really nice to hear because like you don't know, right? I mean, you work hard, but you kind of get tunnel vision. You're just like, okay, I have my goal and this is my road and I don't want to deviate from my road. But then you forget to look up.
Yes.
Look up or even look behind to see what you've actually done because sometimes you forget. So I appreciate you saying that to me.
Yeah. Like I feel like you're this blossoming flower and you're just gonna be beautiful. So
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for your time and thank you for coming on my live here and soon to be podcast. I appreciate
Yeah, that's exciting.
and I definitely would like to have you back in a few months and kind of,
Yeah,
catch up and see where you're at and I think it'd be really exciting.
yeah. Even in the next couple of months, there's lots of things that are happening that are going to be released. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have any other final thoughts or anything for the people out there? Do you have any?
Just make sure you follow my journey. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff that I'm doing that maybe might inspire them to actually to do the process anyways. I've been working hard on the process of releasing my music properly to the right sources and not just releasing it because I think it's a cool song.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Laura. I'm excited to see where you're headed, and I know I will see you out and about in London. I definitely plan on seeing you live and definitely checking you out throughout the summer and everything. So thanks for
Cool.
and chatting and everything.
Yeah. Make sure you run and give me a hug.
Of course.
I miss hugs. Just give me all the love and hug.
Well, you'll be like, who's this strange girl hugging me right now?
I don't care. Just give me the hugs. We've been without hugs for like 3 years.
I'm a hugger, so
Yes, so am I. I like a good.
all right. Well, thanks so much again, and we'll talk soon. Okay.